My dear Christian, I will talk on a very, very important topic. Watching this video and achieving what I will say now is very, very important. Watching this video and achieving from the beginning to the end, it is a matter of life or death. For that, I want you to hear me very well. Hear me with your heart. Don't hear me with your ears. I'm sure if you hear me with your heart, my talking will penetrate your heart, because most of Christians are not arrogant, are not proud. If they know the correct way, they walk in the correct way. And if they hear the correct advice, they follow the correct advice. I will talk about very great and incredible scientific miracles in the Holy Quran and Sunnah for 60 minutes only. Hear me and then you are free. The God said in Surah eltharyat in chapter number 27 in verse number 47, and we constructed the heaven with strength and indeed, and we will keep expanding. And we will keep expanding. Which means that the God said that He will keep expanding the heaven until the last day. The recent science proved that the heaven expands with a very high velocity, which it reaches 30,000 light years every 1 second, because there are 275 million stars are created or born every day. For that, the heaven has to expand to accommodate these huge numbers of stars. How the Prophet Muhammad knew that? How he knew that the heaven expands? Did he say that from himself, or the God teach him that and inspire that to him? Very great miracle. Another very great miracle. The Prophet Muhammad said in the hadith, if the fly fall in the vessel, dip all of it and then remove it, that one of its wings is a disease and the other is a treatment. The recent science proves that one of the wings of the fly contains antibiotics which kill the parasites and the microbes which fall from the first wing. For that, he ordered us, if the fly fall in the vessel, to dip all of it. When you dip all of it, it will drop these antibiotics in the vessel and it will kill the parasites and the microbes which fall from the another wing. The recent science proved that there are more than great study in USA and Australia proved very important fact, and they now produce antibiotics for the treatment of the diseases from the body of the fly. How the Prophet Muhammad knew that? And he said that for more than 1,400 years, and he was an illiterate man, can read and can't write. Another very great miracle. The Prophet Muhammad said in the hadith, every human being is created about 360 joint, and he has to offer every day a charity or donation for every joint. His friend said to him, it's too hard to make that. He said to them, if you pray 2 rakas in the early morning, it will be equivalent for all that. The recent science proves that every one of us is created about 360 joint, like Muhammad said, from more than 1,400 years, and this fact was discovered only from a few years. How he knew that? Another very great miracle. The God said in the Holy Quran, in chapter number 27, in verse number 45 and 46, and He created the two mates, the male and female, from a sperm drop when it is emitted. Which means that the God said that the sperm of the man created the two types, male and female. And the recent science proves that the sperm of the man controls the type of the fetus, and there is no relationship between the egg of the woman and the type of the fetus. Also, this very important fact was well known and discovered from a few years only. The people was thinking that the egg of the woman controls the type of the fetus, but the recent science proved the opposite of that, which is equivalent to what the Holy Quran said from more than 1,400 years. How the Prophet Muhammad knew that? Another very great miracle. The God said in Surah Al-An'am, in chapter number 8, in verse number 125, whoever Allah wants to guide him, He make his chest, He expands his chest to Islam. And whoever who wants to misguide him, He make his chest or his breast very tight and constricted, as he is climbing in the sky. It is an example for the people who don't want to believe. Which means that the God said, when you climb in the sky, you will feel suffocated. You will feel that your chest or your breast are tight and constricted. The recent science proved that the percentage of oxygen decreases in the upper layers of the sky. How the Prophet Muhammad knew that from more than 1,400 years. How he knew that? Very great miracle. Another very great miracle. The non-believers said to the Prophet Muhammad, if you really a prophet from God, split this moon for us into 2 parts, and we will believe you and support you. He said to them, can you give me a charter, a strong promise about that? They said yes. He prayed to God, and the moon has split it into 2 parts. He said to him, you charmed us with magic. This is a magic. He said to them, why you broke your promises with me? I achieved what you want. They said, no, it is a magic. He said to them, there are messengers will come after 2 days. We can ask them, if they saw which you saw, this means that it is not a magic. They said, okay, because they know that the magic affect only the people in front of you, but doesn't affect the people far away from you. The messengers came after 2 days, and they said, we saw a very strange thing. We saw that the moon had split into 2 parts, and was astonished. What is the matter? They said to him, no, your magic is very strong. It goes for a long way. For that, the God settled down in chapter number 27, in verse number 1 in Surah Al-Qamar. The last day has been soon, and the moon has split it. And if they saw a great miracle, they don't believe. And they said it is a strong magic. There is, once the instruments dropped on the surface of the moon, they found a very long crack. If they found a crack in the moon, the length of this crack is 125 kilometers, and the width of this crack is 1,500 meters, and the depth of this crack is 500 meters. They was astonished because they never see a crack like this on the ground. They make studies about this crack. They found that this crack impossible to come as a result from earthquake or volcano or any other thing. And one of the scholars of NASA agency in USA said that our studies prove that the moon has broken in the past, and then it sealed another time, which proves without any doubt that the God has split the moon for his prophet from more than 1,400 years, as the Holy Quran said. Another very great miracle, a big scholar, Japanese non-Muslim scholar called Masaru Emoto, make a great book called Message from Water about the incredible effect of reciting the Holy Quran on the water. He found many strange things. He found that the crystal of the water, it changed to make very beautiful structures, like geometric structures. He take images for these structures and he put them in his book. And he makes studies about the water. He found that the benefits of the water and the character of the water, it changed to be better and better in the treatment of many diseases after reciting the Holy Quran on it. Very great miracle. What do you want more than that? To believe that this Holy Quran is from God. If you start to believe, you are humble. If you don't want to believe until now, I'm sorry, so that you are arrogant. Because if I told you to look at the sun in the sky and you told me that you don't see anything, this means that you are arrogant, or you are blind man, or you have to know that the Holy Quran, which contains all these miracles, and all these miracles, I will write under this video 8 great miracles provided with links to prove what I say. These miracles is a drop in a big sea from hundreds and hundreds of miracles which exist in Quran and Sunnah, which pushes hundreds of Christians to convert to Islam every day. 50,000 Christians converted to Islam in Egypt every 1 year, and 5 Christians converted to Islam every 1 hour in USA because of these miracles. Now you have to know that the Holy Quran, which contains all these miracles, said in Surah Ali Imran, in chapter number 3, in verse number 85, any person will accept any religion unless Islam will not be acceptable from him, and he will be from the big losers in the last day. And the Prophet Muhammad said in the hadith, I swear with whom my soul is in his hand, any person hear about me, Jewish or Christian or any another religion, and don't believe me and don't believe the religion I came with, he will be one of the hell people. You will be one of the hell people if you don't convert to Islam. I made this video because I care about you. I afraid about you. I don't want you to go to fire. You will fall in fire and you will never come out of it. Don't destroy yourself. Don't lose the paradise. You will bite your fingers in the last day and you will cry, but you will not cry with tears. You will cry with blood. And you will remember what I say now. And you will blame yourself and stroke yourself because you don't obey me. But the time will be off and the door will be closed. And you will hope to return to the life for 1 second only to convert to Islam. But the time will be off and the door will be closed. Now I finished what I want to say. Drop under this video and read all the miracles which I have written, and press the links to make sure for what I have written. And after that, you don't have any excuse, and you will be the killer of yourself if you don't convert to Islam.